A little bit of background music on, just while we get people rolling in here. How y'all doing today? Let's see. Get my chat back up. All right. And we are waiting for someone else to also pop in pretty soon here. Gonna have a little guest coming in. Oh, they're logging in now. Perfect. Okay. Just trying to get this set up real beautiful. Look at that. Oh, such beautiful play of the light in this one. Ha. Love it. Hey, there's Sky Warrior. Let's see, we got Tara's Treasures, Emma, what's up, Melissa? Saw Jeff in here before, and Dawn. Welcome, y'all. Let's see, we have Allison and Romania Rockhound. From Earth to Elegance, welcome in. Yes, this one is amazing, and we're going to be looking at some other amazing ones as well this evening. Make sure that's not too loud. There's a lot of new stuff in StreamYard. All sorts of new little things to play with. Oh no. Oh, they added some fun things. Huh, interesting. Alright, so, as we wait for our guest, now that give it a little second to start up here, I guess I could turn my camera on. I don't even know where it's pointing. Ooh, maybe close that door because there's a jackhammer going in the background. Alright, ooh, I just heard the little noise. So that means we've got a guest. Let me turn my camera on, I guess. Ooh, oh, weird angle. Is there anything about that? Hi, everyone. Alright, and then... Oh, wait, you can't even see me anyway. JK, let's see. Change the layout. Aha, there we go. Alright, you didn't get to see the weird angle. That's good. And then, let's welcome to the stage our guest, Karen!
Hey! You found the sound effect.
Yep.
Oh, wow, and I have a dog in here. I thought I was dog free, but everybody say hi to me.
My dog just ran out of the room as soon as I started talking. Every time she's like, "Yep, I'm done."
How are you doing today, Rufo?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Oh, great. Thank you. Just playing some catch up. We've been touring around a bit to different locations to, of course, get some rocks during the summertime. And every time we hit home, it's a crazy amount of business and then turn and burn. How about you?
Yeah. Well, as a lot of you may know, some of you may not, I started school back up again. You know, it was a long, slow going to get my associate's degree. It took me 5 years to get that 2-year degree. But now I'm trying to get my bachelor's in the actual 2 years and then a master's in another 2 years. So the next 4 years going to be pretty busy. And I'm not going to be probably doing near as much content as I was the last 4 or 5 years, like the 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4 things a week on YouTube. Probably going to slow down a bit when I'm in more intense classes and stuff. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, that sounds like a lot. And your degree is going to be in geology, I presume?
Correct. Yes. Still sticking with geology. It's bounced around a little bit in what, exactly within geology, because there's a lot you can do within geology. to specialize in your master's degree. So for the most part, it's been environmental. So somewhere in the environmental geology side of things,
Nice.
sustainability, making sure we're not, ripping the world apart. We need to mine. We're going to mine. It's going to happen, but make sure we're doing it right. I just want to be a part of what, the people who make sure that we're doing it right.
Excellent. We need more of you, the soldiers on the ground, boots on the ground. And so the masters is that going to be in something a little bit more particular?
Yeah, well, so that's what I'll kind of play with as I finish my bachelor's degree. Give me a little more time to decide. But as I go into getting my bachelor's, so let me move my chair a little bit here. I'll be able to, play around, take some more actual geology related classes because there's only so much that you can do in community college, and learn more, and maybe find my niche, find what I really, really want to do. Maybe it will be mineralogy. Maybe it'll be just the environmental sciences side of things where I'm out working at the mines, because that was one idea I've had a lot is, go out and make sure that the mines are doing things the right way and not polluting the land and dumping back all the nasty stuff in the rivers and the lakes and what have you.
Yeah, and cheers everybody saying hi in the chat. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Got
It's
Betty,
super good to see you
Bear, so
guys.
many people. Yeah, a lot of people I haven't seen for a few weeks because I've been away for weeks.
Yeah,
Been
that's
missing a lot of
that's
your
how I'm
guys'
feeling
lives too.
too. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I swooped in on Friday, and then it was good to see folks over there at Allison's live this morning. If y'all missed it, there was 20 creators on there, so that was pretty cool. Not
Right.
on her live, but on her premiere for her video, so you can go check that out.
Yeah. Cool. Romania's got a premiere live show. Or not premiere, just Sunday. Gonna make a live show with what you found. Nice. Romania's got some cool little things. I Make sure you check your subscriptions, everyone. I was subscribed to Romania before and was not, and recently resubscribed.
This is a good point. I think a lot of people, they kind of have the whole their YouTube cockpit all set up, and they think all the buttons are flipped, and you think that you're subscribed or that you're a member of a channel, and you're just floating along, and then you realize I think that on somebody's live, and I don't believe it was mine, somebody was like, hey, wait, the color of my name is the wrong color. Like they had been not unsubscribed, but unmembershipped somehow.
Mm.
And so yeah, sometimes you do have to like keep your eyes peeled for making sure that you're getting your notifications and subscriptions and memberships in order.
Yeah, that one could be maybe they got a free 1 month membership and it expired even.
Mhm.
That happens.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah, it could be that you had a free one, or that, you changed cards. That happened to me. Like, I updated my cards, and, it does put into cattywampus all of your direct deposits and things. And so, yeah,
Yeah.
you might wanna check it if your number is the wrong color. That's all I'm saying. Um, am I a Navy vet? No. Sky Warrior? Should I be? I'm wondering what was the cue for that. So
Me
I'm
too, because he
both.
is Sky Warrior is a vet, and I'm wondering what it was that made him question that.
I have called a fair amount of vernacular. There are plenty of people that have done honorable service that I have been around in my family and whatnot. So I probably have just got some terminology that I'm spracking out that
Mm,
I am unaware
turn,
of.
turn and burn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've definitely heard that used in many places also.
Cockpit.
So
Yeah.
okay, got it.
I'm also a total aerophile. Like I love, all things with the kind of aeronautical. So that's also a problem for me. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, let's give the people what they came for. And do you have, by chance, your new video? I have the first video you sent me, and if you want, we can start with that.
Yeah, let's do that. And then I can pop
Okay.
up the resolution for everybody, so that get your hankies ready. You can cry, and then we'll have like a happy ending.
Oh, oh goodness.
Foreshadowing. This is Hollywood
All right.
foreshadowing right here.
Oh, you know what I didn't think about? How did it? Oh, there it is. It's in my favorites. I was like, I know I set it in this aside in another album, but I didn't think to pre-upload it to StreamYard. So we're just gonna screen share it. Let's see. I'm just loading it up on my Google Photos, and I guess we'll just screen share. Ooh.
Perfect. That's what I'm going to do with the other one because that's our
Mhm.
option.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I will need from all of you is to just make sure to tell me if we're getting sound.
Oh,
'Cause
that's
that's
right. That is a
yeah.
problem sometimes. Mm.
Otherwise, yeah, with the share screen on here. So let's see what happens. Let's do.
Yeah, I think 5x5
Uh,
is also military. So yeah, I guess we've got all the vernacular. We need the lexicon.
okay, looks like we're seeing this now. Let's see. Let me know if we get sound.
Here we are getting ready.
Pause it for just a second. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I heard it and you heard it. Did everybody else in the chat hear it before we go on?
Yeah.
Because we've got I think we have like a 10-second delay. And so like
Yeah.
their ears are just being impacted at this moment
Like
in time.
now.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Okay. They hear it. Wonderful. Okay.
Awesome.
Cool. So there's going to be another slight delay for them, but here we go.
Faceting.
Oh, oh no. I didn't mean to click over. Hold on. Oh, I did a bad. I was just trying to pause it. So for clarification, real quick, um, this was Karen's first attempt. So this was, yeah, she's done another one since then. Spoiler, but just, yeah.
Here we are getting ready to do some faceting. And we are supposed to be doing Lake County diamonds for a faceting challenge. I got this particular one from Melissa, or M, and I believe she found it. So I'm honored to be using some of her material. We're going to do a round cut on this because it looks like it's already got a pavilion. I've done nothing to this stone except for put it on the dop. So it kind of came in the right shape to have a nice pavilion there. And then from the top, you can see that it looks more like either a marquee or a circle. And since I'm not as versed in working with quartz, I thought that I would probably go with a circle, even though that's somewhat predictable for a faceted stone. I thought I would do a cut that is by one of my favorite designers and transform this here Lake County diamond. So let's do it.
Muzz says that Muzzbin might have
And
found
this
it.
is how you know how big you get to have your stone be. See the limiting factors here? So we have problems there and there. And there. Well, not problems, just that's all the stone that there is.
Oh no. What you doing?
We're so gravid with expectation that it just needs to buffer a little. it's just going to keep us on the edge of our seats. What's going to happen next? I was filming
Right?
this like it was going to be, part of this mashup of different makers' videos. And so, especially knowing how this turns out, you'll have to forgive me with all of this poetic beginning to the video.
Let's try and pause it for a second, restart it. Sometimes that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
The crown is done, but I wanted to show you
Pavilion
that
carrot.
this particular cut is so much like a sideways pixel cut. Look at that. And so these bars.
No, I was gonna say, wait, it's not supposed to stop like that again.
It's just overwhelming the internet.
Yeah.
It's such a cool gem.
You know what part of it is? We're also playing this off my Google Photos, and I uploaded it to my Google Photos like right before this. It might still be processing and buffering on there.
Totally. So this is kind of like it's fun for the watchers because they get to see it in parts.
Yeah.
Are reflecting back up.
There we go. Now it's buffering
from the pavilion and causing quite the cool design.
I love that.
It's so cool.
So after a bit of a disagreement, the crown.
Oh, it's gonna do it again. Okay. So while we give it a minute to buffer.
Sure. Patrick's here. Good to see you, Patrick. And yeah, this cut is by Arya Akvan, and it is like a 3-way pixel cut because that whole pavilion, like it bounces just bars. It's basically a fancy bar cut, both on the top and on the bottom. And instead of just being like a 2-way keel with a top like a regular pixel cut, it's got like 3. And so it's flipping so cool the way that it's designed,
Yeah. Looks like we're buffered a little bit more. Let's see.
And Rocky Mountain Bear, yes, I have done some pixel cuts, and I'm flat out addicted, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this one for the Lake County Challenge. It was the first one. The firstliest that I ever tried was for Chris here. I mean, it's not as cool as like Patrick actually dedicating a stone cut, but it's like the next best thing.
Hey, I think it's all awesome all around. Although, yeah, little extra like kind of tickled about Patrick's.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's just amazing.
All right, looks like we're buffered a good bit. Let's get into this.
Girdle has been recut, and we've got the first layer of facets on. So after a recut and vague mysteries that only quartz can answer, this stone is finished. We'll take it off the dop and get a closer look
right there
for you guys.
Oh, the little pattern in the light bouncing looks so trippy. And then it broke.
Tragically, the Lake County diamond broke coming off of the dop. The cullet did give up the ghost. And so the tip of the stone stayed in the dop for some reason. Happily, out of the ashes, like a phoenix, comes its prototype. I practiced this cut for the very first time, doing this particular cut on this sunstone to prepare for the Lake County diamond. And so at the very least, we get to see a facsimile of what that Lake County diamond was supposed to look like when finished. And this cut is phenomenally cool. So we will definitely give it a try another time with another Lake County diamond so that we can get a rebate on the challenge. But just look at the grandeur of this particular cut. What a gorgeous thing. And the sunstone isn't a bad stand-in for the Lake County diamond either. So thank you, Rufo, for inviting me to do the challenge. I'm sorry that my particular diamond didn't work out, but at the very least, we have a faceted gem to show off today. And good luck to all of the other participants. Cheers.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Awesome. Well, so yeah, that happened.
That totally happened, and that was right before I was leaving on one of my first trips during our little summer. And so I thought that that was like the end of the story, that we weren't going to get a rebate on a chance to cut another one. And yet Ma had sent me a kind of little handful of them to play with. And so as soon as I got back from the trip that I think I shot you that video, shut off my computer at that exact moment in time, and then like departed for hundreds of millions of miles, hundreds of miles down the road.
Yeah, all the way to the moon and back, like,
Yeah.
I mean, twice to the moon, like 4 times and back. Yeah, it's
Yeah, you know
crazy.
me. I'm all over the cosmos. And so I actually did get a chance when I came back home. I was not going to be had by that trauma. And so I came back and I did another. And so shall I just bring it up? I think, can I share
Yeah, if you
screen
can,
too?
yeah, you should be able
Okay.
to.
Let's see. This might be okay, part of the way. So this is the actual Lake County diamond, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like there's some fuzz now that we have it big.
Ooh, wow.
And
Look at
so
that.
I love the cut, and I would say that the clarity, at least for the Lake County diamond, was more so than the sunstone that I selected. And so we'll do this play over one more time. Um, it's really got an incredible amount of clarity and refractive ability, and so it's a screamer in this particular cut. And anybody out there that would love to try uh, the Arya Akhavan's, let's see, it's oppositional defiance cut. It's really tricky because you have to be very, very perfect. And I haven't cut a perfect stone in it yet, but I have cut an amethyst in it since this Lake County Diamond Challenge, and it looks good in any pair of shoes. Like, you throw any stone at it and it's going to be beautiful. So it's a thriller.
Yeah, that is, and you have it on hand. You have it. Actually, I guess you probably don't have the right camera here to do the macro.
I don't have a macro on hand, but are you hoping to see the whoop? I do have the guy in a case right here. Is this it? Yeah.
It's just
So
lovely.
there it is. It's see, is that that's
That's
funny. You're
crazy how
getting the
much.
reflection of all the stuff, all of my notes up there on the white erase boards, guys. So
Everyone,
this
freeze, screenshot, steal her plans.
right, that was for the last live stream. So this guy is 0.7 carats, and it is 5.8 millimeters. So it's almost a 6 millimeter stone. So it's not a bad size. Like, you could definitely make a ring stone out of it. But you can see how it's just it's lit up like neon, you
No, yeah,
know.
it's like you would not convince me that was quartz if I didn't know it was quartz.
Yeah, it really took this cut nicely, and it prisms. So, some of the color, especially that they kind of make fun of in a cubic zirconia, that color of the spectrum that it picks up. Um, for some reason, these Lake County diamonds, and in this particular cut, it just prisms all over the place. So it does look like a diamond or a cubic zirconia just, plugged into the wall. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like it's very, very light in the dark. You can see it's almost making its own light there as I'm moving it around. It's not like I've got a big light shining into it. It
No, but it's
just
just
mm,
it's picking up the light like you'd expect a diamond or moissanite to or something. That's crazy.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. And so again, I give mad props to Arya for a good cut here. And that's just obviously like angles when you put
Mhm.
together a cut, and Patrick can talk more about that. But the the even when the stone windows, like I think, can I play that my screenshot one more time? Would you
Yeah.
mind?
Yeah,
I'll bring it. I
absolutely.
mean, rather, my share screen. I would love to show you guys. Where did it go? Oh, did I close it up altogether? I
I
won't. I
think
won't belabor. I will not belabor that. Um, just when you cut a faceted stone, there's something called windowing, and that's when it loses like the reflection, and you kind of see through the stone. But because it was a bar cut even through the windows, those bars would be picking up color from prisming, and so there was still something fun to see. It wasn't just like a blank window. It was like you're seeing like red and yellow and green, and so it's just a neat cut.
yeah. Oh, that was definitely a beautiful cut. I've seen everyone's now that did this fun little faceting challenge, and that one really captured the color. Like that was way more colorful than I was expecting it. Even after seeing the facsimile one, the sunstone, I was like, okay, the quartz will be shiny, but it's not going to be super colorful. But no, that cut really allowed it to prism nicely and give it all those fun little effects. That's a really good one. Lovely.
Yeah, thank you. And Rufo, thank you so much for encouraging this challenge for everyone that took the challenge. Thank you for suggesting it, because I don't know that I would have necessarily plunged in to attacking this cut had it not been for you sort of thrusting me off of the cliff for it. And so I appreciate that.
Well, I have to thank all of you guys because we've had some awesome people, Jahik, Ryan, Ma, you all doing this stuff like in the Discord and revealing it on your channel with the contest there between the cabs and the jewelry and stuff. And this was kind of my idea of like, okay, well, what's something else we could do a little different? And it was the faceting. I'm fascinated with faceting, but don't have a faceting machine. And I've tried the one hand facet before, and I do plan on still doing one with these Lake County diamonds. I just didn't get it done in time. My whole plan was to, by the end of this, actually show my hand facet, but haven't even touched my flat lap. My brand new one I got 2 months ago, it's open right there on the table, untouched.
Oh no. It needs some more love.
Yeah, it's been very busy around here. But the idea was basically how can I make it at least a little more exciting that's not just okay, facet something. So I'd heard a lot from people, other channels, like Patrick. I'm trying to think. Theo has complained about it, I think, before. I've heard even maybe you complain about it. But a lot of people say they don't like quartz when it comes to faceting. And I brought up things like I'd happened to go out with Nate to get these Lake County diamonds and heard from him. He's like, yeah, a lot of people don't like to facet them, but those that do, they're lovely. And I was like, well, hey, there we go. That sounds like a wonderful idea. I've got these. That's perfect. We'll have a bunch of people facet these. A nice challenge. People seem to hate the quartz. And as we saw in your video, you definitely had some difficulties because that one broke on you. And as I'm kind of alluding to, we're going to see in some of the next videos some of the same kind of difficulties.
Oh no, other people had trouble too. I'm not alone
Oh
in the
yes.
world.
I think only one person had no difficulties. I think only one person had no breakage or no problems.
Well,
So
I'm sorry, but I do feel better.
yeah, Patrick had messaged me to ask if anyone else had issues too. I was like, yeah, pretty much everyone. He's like, oh, good.
Okay. Shoo.
Not his exact words, but that's about how it felt. Like, "Ah, good, I wasn't the only one," kind of thing.
Oh, and Jeff is asking how
Yeah.
many
So
people were invited?
we had Karen, Alleluia, Theo, Patrick, and his name is McLeod's on Discord. Sorry, I don't give his real name here, which I don't think he gives on social media. So it's the five of them. Then I was supposed to sneak in, and then Ma was going to try a hand facet, which she did not, unfortunately, get completed. She's had a lot on her plate too. Holy cow. If you guys are not in her Discord, she's been posting some wild stuff besides like the competition cabs. The one she finished yesterday, like, or day before, whatever, the crazy lace with the resin in it. Whew. It's like two pieces of crazy lace separated with the clear resin in the middle. Psh, nope. Love it. Otherworldly.
Absolutely.
Uh,
And
make sure this is pulled
Patrick
up.
is saying some courts just wants to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Patrick. Yes. And so yeah, do you want me to hang out, or shall I bid you adieu?
So I know you had some other things to do. If you have a little time and want to hang out and keep chatting with the community and give some feedback on the other videos and stuff while you have time, please feel free to hang out. You are more than welcome to stay. You've still got co-host abilities on here, so you can even pop up comments when
Oh,
you want here and there.
okay. Yeah, I could
Should be able
probably
to.
hang out
Yeah.
for a little bit longer. I'm dying to see these other videos, so I'd
Yeah.
be doing that one way or the other. So I probably have about 15-20 minutes, if that's cool.
Yeah. No worries.
Right.
Yeah, when you gotta go, you can run. No worries. So
Hey,
here we've
Chris.
got
Thanks for sending
Patrick.
me these cursed pieces of quartz. It was certainly a challenge to facet them, although you sent plenty of excellent material. This roughly triangular piece should work for my plans. I find low refractive index materials like quartz work best in odd-numbered symmetry designs like trillions. But what to cut? You challenged me, so I challenged myself to make a new design. Let's get going. After preforming to get rid of some odd edges, I positioned the stone and slapped some black wax on a dop to glue it into place. Roughing in the main facets takes the most time, and it left the edges a little chippy at 360 grit. But powering through, I eventually noticed it wasn't just the edges. There were some internal flaws and fractures that were probably brought on by my faceting technique. After making the stone smaller, though, I got most of them out, but had really heckin' trouble with some small scratches. My theory is that my copper pre-polish lap was too hard and caused internal stress on the stone, and that caused little fractures on the facet edges that resulted in small chips that then scratched the facets when I tried to polish. I decided to just power through and transfer and finish the stone, but really got impatient and broke the wax during the 1200 grit stage.
Oof.
So close. Frustrated with that stone, I tried the bigger one, cutting it down to size and preforming, and this one popped off at the roughing in stage, and then a couple more times after that. And after failed attempts, I just decided to move back to the nearly done first stone and power through. This time, however, I avoided the copper lap and used Alan Lindbergh's dual band lap that has a 1200 grit resin on the outside and cerium oxide interior to go from pre-polish to polish in one step. This worked great, but did cause some rounding where my facets were only one index apart. But hey, I finished the stone and the challenge and brought out some new beauty to these already crystalline Lake County quartz. In the future, I think I'll avoid copper when faceting quartz. Thanks, Chris, for the challenge. It helped me improve my faceting technique and practice cutting a challenging material while also work on my designing skills. Let me know what you think. The design's not perfect, but it's bright with thin, splintery light rays, which is an effect I really like. Lastly, I present it to you as your very own design, Rufo Trill. Oh, and my daughter made some notes for you to take into consideration. Cheers.
I love that so much.
Hey, Chris. Thanks for sending me these cursed
hold
pieces
on,
of
it's gonna
quartz.
repeat.
It was certainly a challenge to
Absolutely
facet
love
them,
that
although
one. That was uh that was awesome. So here we've got. Oh, where'd you go?
Oh,
I think
that's
we should
okay.
still hear you,
We
though.
want to see the
Okay.
gem.
Yeah. So here we've got that one, and I was just like, oh, yeah. While he was showing it off, I almost played the applause sound effects while I was still playing his video.
Right?
So yeah, he did. Obviously, like you said, he sent this to me along with the little diagram that his daughter put notes on, which I just loved. Oh, and I can't believe I just touched it. I actually just cleaned it right before this. Is the funny thing. I cleaned it really, really well and got my gem grabber out so that I wouldn't touch it.
Yep.
Put it on there with my
Yep.
gem grabber and everything.
Well, welcome to our world where you see in my video like some of the schmutz on the back end of that stone. And yeah, it's like you look at it and all of a sudden it's got schmutz on it. Especially when you touch it. Look at that beautiful thing. And when he's talking about the splintered the splintered facets, I do love those as well. So that's a fantastic uh design for that.
Yeah.
And that's also a
Right up,
nice meaty girdle there.
yeah, right up to the very edges. That's got great crisp work on it. He talked about it getting a little rounded out where they're just one index off, but honestly, it's like not noticeable, especially not to the naked eye. That is an awesome facet. All around great work.
So it's interesting that that Patrick had mentioned not working with a copper lap, and I found out with my stop not liking quartz, and that was actually a campaign that Theo had started, or else I probably wouldn't have even agreed to this challenge because I was a complete quartz hater before coming on board. And I found that it really liked to work wet for my setup, and so I used metal laps up until 1200. My 3000 was a bat lap with 3000 diamond paste on it, but when I run that with sunstones, I run it dry. For the quartz, I ran it wet, and it worked a peach. And so I did the same with 14K and finished with cerium.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, it's
That's just
different recipes to get there for different people, and it's amazing how many of them don't work. Just just from experience.
right.
Yeah, with sunstones,
Mm.
I don't have to do a 14K, but with quartz, I do. And so it's just interesting, each mineral having uh, a different dance with the laps and what it likes and what it doesn't like.
Yeah. All right. Let me pull. I missed a lot of chat playing with that stuff. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So now that obviously these are out, some people will be putting out longer videos. And speaking of, some may have seen Alleluia put out a short a little bit early. Let's see. I'll pull that one up. We've got next, though. This is. Oh my gosh, hold on. I think this is McLeod's. Yes, this one's McLeod's. So let me put this one back on stage. There is no sound of this one. But this is the piece that he did here. We'll see. He's got a couple clips and a few still photos, but you can see he went for a much longer piece here. And we were talking about his finished one and what he might do with it. And I think it's funny because I was thinking the same thing as he sent me the message, which was essentially this would be a really great staff or spear point or something for like a little D&D character or some sort of miniature character figurine, little wizard staff.
That's what I was thinking too. As soon as you started talking about use, I was like, oh, that's definitely like a staff top for sure.
Yeah. So he does.
Although Rocky thinks it would make a good diamond prison shank.
Shank. And you can see he's got quite a few inclusions. He chose a piece with a large number of inclusions, and you can see them all featured right there. So let me hurry and try and pause that. That's the end. So you can see just how many inclusions we've gotten there. Now, some of that on the right and the bottom are some little fuzzies and hairs. But right through the whole center there, you can see a conchoidal fracture. You can see that curved, almost U shape right in the middle, and some other either bubbling or fractures around it as well, just some sort of inclusion or stress throughout the center of the stone. But I think it gives it some character, and that one not being maybe as tight of facets or the same angle as yours, it's not throwing as much color, but it's got its own little character with that little inclusion living in there. So it's kind of like a bit of trapped magic. So if he does use it for like a D&D character, that's perfect. It's got a little energy trapped in the crystal.
Very cool. So did he say if he had had any issues?
He is the one who did not. So he's our one person who at least answered of everyone who answered the question. I'm trying to think if anyone did answer. Yeah, because Alleluia said he had a few difficulties and went back on the stone. Maybe Theo. Let's see what Theo said.
Let's.
Theo gave us a real short and sweet one here. It is 49 seconds. We'll make sure it buffers here, though. Give it just a moment. While it's buffering, we can see he went for a little pixel bar cut.
And once again, he was really the doctor that talked me through my quartz anxiety, and also is the reason why I did a pixel cut in quartz, because he actually sent me the recipe on how to get his pixel cut done, and kind of twisted my arm to do it, and I'm so happy he did. He is a total magician when it comes to the pixel cut. This is his own cut, if I understand correctly.
I missed you there, A3. If you're already gone, sorry, bud. Have a good one. Hope work's not too harsh on you today. Oh, yeah, let's see.
Absolutely adore this rough.
Might mention.
I'm a huge fan of clear quartz. I've said this many times. And this stuff is it's clear quartz plus. It's so nice and refractive. I'd say it's a little harder than normal clear quartz, so it was a little different to polish, but it still took a great polish. There wasn't really any hiccups other than the fact that I couldn't work past this little inclusion on the surface. I thought I would, and I did not. I chose this pattern specifically because there was one in that batch that was super clear and really long, but it was not very tall, which is just perfect for a pixel because you do not need much height to work with. But I'm thrilled. I love this stuff. And if a pixel looks this good, I absolutely cannot wait to do some other patterns with it. So yeah, I'm blown away. Lake County Diamonds are amazing. I absolutely.
And then it restarts. All right. So yeah, I was really hoping he'd send me another little clip I could just play, like a little GIF or loop of just the stone up close. I sent him a message before this, but I know he's been busy too. We've all been so busy.
So that pixel cut, if I might just background, he wrote his own diagram for a pixel cut, and I cut that one, and he decided that he needed a fancier pixel cut with more pixels, the upgraded
the pixel plus.
Right, exactly. Yes. More saturated. And so he wrote another diagram for a saturated pixel cut, and that's what that is cut in, and it is absolutely incredible. The video doesn't do it any kind of justice. It's so bright. And again, these Lake County Diamonds really do such a neat job on how their clarity plus the refractive quality really blasts. And so I'm with you, Rufo, as far as wishing that there was like a tasty 10-second looper that we could just like watch the pixel go by. It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's so pretty. Let me pull up Alleluia's here really quick, and his is in my history. Let's see. I think it's yep, this one. Oh, haha. He's one of the ones that gets me. He comes into my channel. He'll probably see this. He comes in occasionally on your lives and stuff. We don't see him around this community a whole ton, but a lot of you might know who Alleluia is. He does wonderful faceting and jewelry work. He does just really, really cool stuff.
And live sales.
But I've known him, yes, and live sales. I've known him a couple years now, not like really, really close. Like I do a lot of you here on YouTube, but it's given me a kick for like the last year and a half or whatever, 2 years or so that I've been following him. The way he says my name, he, like many people, says it wrong, and just it doesn't phase him that it's wrong. I don't say anything. It doesn't bug me. I just kind of giggle about it. So you may pick up on that here. So let's share this screen. I mean, it's a made up name, so, and it's kind of a weird one. That's my fault. Whoops. I meant to turn that away from the screen. Sorry. Let's see, share Lake County. It is a short, so we're going to be looking at it vertical here. All right, let's restart this.
So Rufortis Rooted Rockhounds invited me to a faceting challenge. It was a bit of a challenge. Not only did I get to play the normal games that I get to play with my cheap Weaver faceting machine, but these Lake County diamonds seem to have some sort of religious law that they have to fall off the top as many times as where there is a will, there is a way. So after I finished shaping with the 220 disc, which I normally don't use, did the 600, and it wasn't looking too bad. This particular quartz is glass clear. It's beautiful. And considering the struggles I was having, I was really pleased with how well the pavilion polished up. So now it's time to move to the crown. Got it Loctited in, let it dry overnight, and said a prayer, hoping that it wouldn't fall out of the dop.
Said a prayer.
Now,
Seriously.
the top side of the gem took me a little longer. I started with my 600 plate. Now, I know I complained that there are struggles with the Weaver machine, but I do want to reiterate, it's still better than nothing. And I really love getting to do this. Now, the crown of the gemstone, I was really slow on. I didn't want it to fall off the top. And it's always going to give better results to take your time and do the best job you can. So I don't know what the exact name of this cut is. I just kind of went from an easy octagon and modified it and used 2 angles on both the pavilion and the crown. And then I polish it to the best I can, which is about a 14K grit. I'm using just copper plates and diamond paste. And it's a time-consuming process. It really is. Once I felt that I had polished the crown properly, I moved on to the 90-degree jig so that I could cut the table. This is hard. I have to line it up because there's no way to be perfectly sure that I've got the right angle. I just got to go by eye and trust the force. I'll be showing off the finished product here in a second. Just wanted to say thank you to everyone for watching this. Rufo's channel is linked down in the comments down below. If you have any questions or comments,
No one cares
feel
about
free
that
to
much.
ask or say. I hope you all have a wonderful day. We'll catch you on the flip side.
No one cares about the Rufo Chips promo. Just show us that pretty
So
gem. Oh, but you saw this. Okay. I tried to stop it right on it. Hold on. The square cut. I love. So it's funny. I guess not funny. I found it interesting. His really has a nice shine, but no huge play of color. As where yours, very round, had a lot of play of color. And then Patrick's, as he said, he finds with quartz, it likes to be in the odd number of facets, and he went for the tri. And I will say, I noticed, with his, it has certain spots that throw light more than the others, which is the point of having the different angled facets. But like Ali's here is just super bright, just a really bright square. Uh, and then Patrick's has its bright spots, bringing it like it has that starburst coming from the center, giving it, the three different patterns bursting out from the center, like pom poms when you look at it from the back, depending on how you look at the lighting play with it. And then yours is just color radiating and bursting in everywhere from the center. So I like that each one came out so unique, even though they're all just quartz. That's what's
Yeah, the
easy and
beauty.
unexpected with this whole challenge.
Truly. Yeah, that is the beauty of you pitching out the assignment and everybody coming up with a different solution to it. And for both, like it should be noted that the oppositional defiance cut is a three-way, like I said, bar cut on the pavilion. So it actually is based like Patrick's trillion. You can imagine there's three angles to my pavilion too. It's just that it was cut in around. Does that make sense? And that's actually one of the reasons why it was a little tricky, because you have to get the pavilion pyramid absolutely perfect to make make it around. And of course you would anyway, but like if you're just any smidgen off of a meat point, it all falls apart very quickly. I
And
found.
that's why faceting is so intimidating to me and to many, I think.
But I did see in the comments that I think it was Romania Rockhound and some other people had been talking about wanting to get into faceting at some
Mhm.
point someday. I highly recommend it. Try it
Yeah.
maybe on a club machine if you can, or take a class so that you use somebody else's gear since it's so expensive to get into. And then also in that regard, you would have somebody that would help you get through some of the harder stages. But please don't be intimidated. Try it.
Yeah.
If you have any inkling of thinking that you might want to try it, try it. I had somebody tell me when I first was mining my sunstones and I was working a lot on a flat lap and I was making my own faceted stones on the flat lap, basically, just bigger versions of things. They told me, "No, you don't really want to facet. It's too hard. You don't want to do it." And if anything, the insult was enough that I was like, "Okay, I'm going to be showing you how I'm not going to do that then, sure." And it's just amazing how many people, would maybe tear you down, but like, no, you should try it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, no offense to the guy who very first taught me any of my lapidary skills, but he was quite big on you must make a cabochon this way, you must have the girdles this way, you must do this. So much so to the point where I, I don't know. I heard that when I first left that club, that he then put strict rules into place saying that if you're going to make cabochons on his machines, they have to be to his specifications with like girdles and everything on them, because he was saying like sharp edged cabs that come full dome down to the flat bottom will be too sharp and eat up on his wheels and stuff. And I'm like, I mean, sure, I guess if people are doing it wrong and using it like a straight razor into your wheels to scrape off your diamonds, yeah, that could
Yeah.
happen, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind
But
of
yeah,
insane how everybody learns differently, and so there is a good match to every different way of learning and a bad match where somebody is going to totally turn you off because they want you to learn like they do and you don't. And so, hopefully you find a good match, but actually Patrick brings up a good point here as far as Gems of Science is coming out with an upgraded quill for the Weaver. And so that's really super good news. Plus, I believe that Gems of Science is Arya Akivon's new outfit, and maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong there, Patrick. But they're doing a drive to get their they're making the bulls of the sapphire, and so if you're interested,
Okay, so they
yeah,
have not very many people backing it already, and like halfway to the goal, it's taken off fast. It's getting there really quick.
yeah,
You're looking at, I think, for $90 plus, or what was it? I'm trying to remember what the levels were. I was looking at it the other day. It's 200% funded. Okay, so I was on it on like day one. On the first day, it was like 50% funded. Um,
woo,
Dang, that's crazy.
yeah. I'm
But if
so
you bought at
happy.
certain tiers to get the rough, like you can actually get um, the cubes of
Yeah,
rough from them. I mean, I've got, for those of you that know, currently quite a few pounds of fuels and stuff here that I'm going to be trying to figure out what we're doing with. But my hope is that at least some of that can fund my faceting machine, and I could maybe trade some of that, sell some of that for a faceting machine and get working on some of it too. So that'd be pretty cool.
that would be magnificent. And so Rufo needs to start faceting, and you need to start faceting as well. And so check out some of this stuff. Go check out the Gems of Science thing. Check out Donahue Labs. Their page, Patrick's page, or channel is informative and amazing to see, and immerse yourself in it to the extent that you can't say no to yourself anymore, and get on it.
Yeah.
So,
I know
go
I know
ahead.
you got to get taken off here.
Yeah, yeah. And so
Yeah, I was gonna say
thank you so much for having me on, and again, enticing all the channels with this fun assignment and challenge with the Lake County Diamonds. I'd also like to thank Muff for sending me the ones that ended up happening. So at the very least, we have this little kernel of oppositional defiance. And if the word for the cut didn't just embody exactly how the courts wanted to act, I don't know what would. So perhaps there was a little bit of poetic foreshadowing there. But I'm gonna jam on out of here. Thanks again for having
thank
me
you,
on.
Karen.
Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Cheers.
Yeah. It's not over yet, just so y'all know. Karen's bouncing, but we're not over. I know a couple people looked like saw a number drop a couple. Some people might have thought it was over, but there's a little more than the facets, a little bonus content at the end. Some of the geodes that I cleaned up from my little day with Jeff. Not so little day, actually, because we cracked open some honkers. And let's see, let me get this one full screen. Hold on, being a pain, hide that. But wait, there's more. Indeed. Let's do solo layout. There we go. All right. Look at how shiny these are. You see the shine to that? Look at all those little flashes in there. So they look like they'd be dull white crystals, but they've all got a really good shine to them. So with most of them, what you're seeing is like the inside is white, but they have a small, thin, clear outer layer. Some of them more than others. A bunch of the single ones that fell out are very, very like almost a millimeter, like you can see like that much clear quartz and then all white inside. Yeah, a lot of teeth, right? It's a sandworm. Look at that. It's been eating a lot of spice. It's got a bunch of spice back in its teeth there. Yeah, totally monster mouth. But yeah, this, oh man, this is the other half of that same one. And these holes were like packed with dirt. I was scraping them out. Like this, it's like packed all the way up. And as I scraped them out, I got a whole bunch more little double terminated crystals out of there and little broken quartz points. A few of these hematite or iron stained ones. Well, I guess they'd still be phantoms, Jeff. They're just white inside and clear outside, right? I think any color or any trace of the crystal inside and out is still a phantom. Yeah? Ooh. I actually really like the black on these. I didn't know that I want to clean that up. So those are pretty nice. All the little crystal points are currently sitting out on my porch in the neutralizer because I soaked them in acid for a couple days. And now I've had them sitting in the, the baking soda to neutralize. Tara, Jeff will have to answer that specifically. I think these ones were Kentucky or Indiana. I don't remember. I'm pretty bad with it, but these were from my last video I did with Jeff. He did a video and I did a video, and we did a live together on my channel. And then before we parted ways, he also gave me a few things both to have and to work on. And this one I was going to reshape. And just since I got you here, Jeff, take a little look at it. But also, what were we reshaping it as? Did you want just like an oval? Or like a teardrop? A little thinner up top and then thicker bottom teardrop, or just like straight up oval? This was the root one, right? I don't remember. I guess they could also talk to you in text, but thought you maybe wanted one of them. Or this one reshaped. I was playing with the others here. Still haven't got on my machine, but he also gave me these when we met up. This one's really cool. Look at that. Look at that color. Love that. Okay, yeah. So there's a little bonus. No worries, Jeff. You can text me or something. Hey, Fred. We were just about to be wrapping it up. Jeff's got a premiere in about an hour. And we were just going to go back to looking a little bit of the Lake County courts. I just took a little side trip here into some of the stuff from the day with Jeff. But I was going to play with a little bit more of the courts before we take off here. Show some that I realized I never showed off before in the video, because this one was wrapped up in a little baggie, all separate from everything else, and I realized it never got shown off. Look at the color in that. Why is that one chunk so much darker than the rest? This weird chunk of quartz. It's a little monster egg. It's not wet at all. That's just the shiny. That's funny. Tara says that's an egg right after I said it. Due to the lag and delay, you'll probably hear me say it just after, but that is really funny. Yeah. So it's my little quartz creature egg. All those quartz dragons you see for sale, this is where they come from. This is the little quartz dragon egg. Man, this quartz is so brilliant though. Like, look at this one. Some rainbows up in there. Right, Jeff? I knew that Jeff liked me when he gave me something with the nice reds in it. Oh, let's see. Is that lavender one? Is that it? See it down in there. So look, you can really see it against the white. You see the lavender colored ones? Once you get them pulled out, they don't have near as much color. They look clear when they're on their own. You get them in just the right light though. Look at that. And it throws that little bit of lavender color. I'd like to find some more of these more colorful ones and get some of those faceted. Yeah, you got to get them in just the right light and just the right angle. And you'll see a little lavender to pinkish in some of them. Lots of pretties. Yeah, the clarity is super amazing. I mean, let's just admire this one more time before we go. And yeah, I'm going to touch it. That thing. Muz's favorite. Look at all the little triangles on top. Look at all those triangles. It's like a Triforce. Ooh, even better, it's the Rufo Trill. Love that. Love that so very much. It gets to go back in its little home. And we're going to make another little trip out there real soon. It's getting, it's cooling off a little bit now. It's definitely been the hotter time of the year. But now that's cooling back down a bit. And hopefully I get a little settled in with school in the next few weeks. I might be able to squeeze in a little bit of time for a little bit of rock hounding, a little more gold mining. I've had only one day off in the last 2 weeks other than today, and I spent most of the day panning some gold from my last trip, all the leftovers. Yes, Romania. This is all Lake County quartz. This is all what we were looking at today. The entire faceting challenge that everyone worked with was all of this Lake County quartz from California. They call them Lake County diamonds, but it's all just a very clear quartz. This is not the best shot right here because that's some dirty and some clean, but you can see it's very brilliant, clean quartz. Now, this forms very different than what you're used to with a lot of quartz points. You would not expect to see natural faceted points in most of this. It happens occasionally, but not with most of it because these grow in basalt cavities, actually. So let me show you. I did bring home a couple just to show. And they typically end up filling up the entire void. So like, here's a void in the rock, and it had filled up with quartz that I popped out. And here's one still trapped in the rock. It just looks like glass trapped inside some igneous rock. But it's quartz that forms to fill up the whole void. And so it doesn't really get facets. It just breaks out of the surrounding rock, gets tumbled in the rivers. You can smash up this rock, and there's probably more throughout this thing in various pockets. Like, look, you can just see little bits And if you smash into this rock, it might just have a big one floating right up in there. Might be a chunker in there. You don't really know. Just smash away. Yes, Fred. These are all ones that I collected. Oh wow, it's like what, a few months ago now? I think on my YouTube homepage, like somewhere between 2 to 5 months ago. I did a video with Nate, which I'm going to post in just a sec. No, exactly. As Patrick said it, I was just going to pull up the video on my other page here real quick. And 5 months ago. Wow. See, time flies. I knew it was more than 2 months ago. So 5 months ago, I went out with Nate and he revealed a new location to the public. This is a brand new public dig location. Right there, I just linked it in the chat. And that is a little place up by where he lives in Lake County area. And they have just lovely, lovely, awesome quartz to find. It does occasionally come in that lavendery kind of stuff. Champagne quartz. Anything that might be kind of champagne here is definitely just iron stained. And a lot of this color will go away with cleaning. So most of this is just iron staining. Quick iron out bath. We'll remove that iron from the cracks there. See, that's just a fracture that has like a little plumage of iron trapped inside. That's what a lot of the color in most of these happens to be. So quick iron out bath would remove a lot of that from most of these. Yeah, they're definitely very pretty and clear. Oh, nice. You have very similar Romania. Yeah, this is just quartz. It's just a very fancy named quartz that's kind of well known for being super clear. This one specifically, the Lake County, is a place in California, like Jeff said. Herkimers, but Herc points. No, he mentioned Herkimers. That's all I saw. Yeah, Jeff, it is similar, but these ones, I think, form from more of a silica-rich fluid. I just remember Nate telling me, I totally don't remember, I think he says it in one of his videos, but they form differently than most other quartz or chalcedony in one specific way. They had to do a lot of research and stuff to figure this out, but it was something about the pressure and heat being very different than most quartzes formed in like a silica-rich fluid in the vugs. Made just like big chunks of quartz form throughout the entire vug, I think much faster. So like rather than normal quartz growing and growing faceted out points really quick, this is like a more, it formed so quickly that the lattice structure couldn't keep up the faceted structure. I guess speedy formation at just the right pressure and temperature or something. Something like that. I don't know. Apparently 5 months is enough for me to totally forget what Nate told me about it. Yeah, I did actually, Patrick. You just missed it. I just showed some of mine with the color a moment ago. So I pulled them out of here. Let's see. There's one. This was the most colorful of them all. This one had the most color. When you get it just right, you can see more of that lavender. Get it at a distance or compare it to the others so you can kind of see. This one's got a little bit of color. It just reflects a little more that blue lavenderish tint as well. That one right back there does a little bit. Yeah, I thought I had one more. I had one more big colorful one. This one's got like, thought it had a light essence of pink to it, but it's hard for me to see pink. I thought that one looked a little pink though. It's hard for me to tell. And then this guy randomly found up there with all the quartz was this little piece of obsidian that just did not seem to be fitting in with anything else. Nate said some obsidian is found in the area a little bit, but not much. So likely some sort of drift, even something dropped by someone else, napped by someone else. Could have been chunk of obsidian a native had that they were breaking off for napping or something long time ago. Who knows? But I found this in the river while we were up there looking for the Lake County diamonds. Only piece of obsidian I saw the entire day. Well, alrighty. I think that might be about it. My phone's about to turn off. And I really do appreciate y'all hanging out. It was awesome to have Karen on here. I'm glad she was able to jump on. I'm also glad that Patrick was able to jump in here. For those who don't know, that's Donahue Labs here. And thank you to Bear. I appreciate you for sharing out those channels earlier. And he was not able to share everyone because McLeod's does not have a YouTube channel, but you can find him on the Discord, the Rockhound Roundtable, the podcast Discord, not on mine. We've got like, I don't know how many Discords you guys are in, but I'm now in, I think, 13 or 14 different Rockhound Discords. It's become a little much. I have started to finally mute a bunch of them. So unless you directly at me in most of them, I'm not going to see messages anymore. Don't ask me how or why, but I still have all messages turned on for my server, Muzz server, and the podcast server. I just ignore 99% of them. All right, guys, I'm going to go do a little bit of cleanup around the shop here, maybe a touch of lapidary today, and then finally, for the first time in 3 months, go get on my flat lap and just do a little bit of lapidary because it has been far too long and I've got a lot of stuff I was mid working on here, like this. Let me show you in a better camera. This is the last thing I was working on when I stopped. Was this little picture stone, kind of odd shape, just off from a square, not quite square. Yeah, little picture stone. I don't think I have any water handy. I do. Hold on. I want to see it wet. Hold on. There we go. It's a pretty nice one. When it's finished, that's the more so the color it'll be. Nice little mountains. Odd little shape. I might actually make it square. I don't know. Got a pretty good shape to it right now, though. Pretty good dome going to it. Just need to smooth it, finish it. All right, y'all. Much love. I will see you guys soon. Sorry for the lack of videos. The next one hopefully should be cleaning up more of these geodes and the video of doing the acid stuff. I've already done it all. Everything's sitting in the neutralizer on my porch. I soaked all the crystals in acid, cleaned them up a bit, like got a lot of gunk off of them. And yeah, they're looking pretty nice. Now what I've got to do is dry those up and then pack a whole bunch of this up and ship it back to Jeff because I was not supposed to take it all home and we both forgot that he was supposed to take some of that and put it back in his truck. And I ended up shipping it all home with me. So yeah, now I get to send some of that back to him. And then we'll have some other good stuff coming up for you soon. Let's see, trying to think of what else is in the works. A lot of gold panning stuff. I did another metal detecting video that I haven't put out. And then another pay dirt video I haven't put out. And then there was something else. Oh yeah, Septarian nodules galore. Jeff and I bought a bunch of septarian nodules. We don't have them yet. They are currently in Utah. We need to get them shipped to him and myself, but that should be really nice when we get to see those guys in. But all right. Thank you all. Appreciate you hanging out. I'm going to go, do a bunch of lapidary stuff. Have a good day. Where's that end button? I haven't done this for so long. Oh, yeah. Bye.